Hi, this is Dusty Baker, and you're watching the iBaseball channel.
All of us go through something within our career that we don't like. So,
like depression.
Well, sometimes you kind of giving up a homer or striking out with the bases loaded or whatever. But the ultimate is being released. And you know, when you go into the office and they go, "Listen, it's just not going to work out anymore. We have somebody that we think's a better player." So that happened in 2003. One of our good buddies, Bob Brenly, called me in the office and said, "Hey, listen, we're going to go a different direction. So, you know, what do you think about? We're going to make a trade. What do you think about it? Out of respect for you, I want to know your thoughts." And I told BB at that point, I said, "Listen, I'm really not a real good bench player. You know, I've never done it. Don't know how to do it. Pinch hitter, not so good. So you guys might want to just release me, and then that frees you up." And he said, "Yeah, it's why we called Jim, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to release you today." So they released me, and I had a couple opportunities to go other places and play. Yeah. But at that point, the body was, you know, I was old and coming off.
You're hearing voices, aren't you?
Yeah, coming off a major injury, and you know, yeah, hey, and trying to go get the ground ball and can't get to it. You know, the bat speed slows down, all those things. So then I just up and retired. I said, I'm done with the game as a player, and you know, and then kind of started the second part of my life, you know, that everybody has to go through.
Wake up call.
Yeah, and you know, figure, well, I could do this or I could do that. There's lots of time. There's lots of opportunity. So I explored some of those. You know, my family are builders, so I got my brothers together, my nephews together, and we started a construction company that's still going today. But I didn't like it, because it's not what I've always done my whole life. You know, thought about becoming, working with my agent at the time and becoming an agent. So I experienced a little bit of that, talking to young kids out of high school and all of that, and I didn't like that either. So I talked with Jeff, and you know, there were some opportunities with the Diamondbacks. Yeah, it's a team that I last played for. So I decided that, you know, I would try to get back in. So he hired me as a special assistant, so that would cover a myriad of things within the organization. I would do some community service stuff. I would do some front office stuff, some broadcast stuff. He thought that I would make a good broadcaster. All the while thinking to myself, you know, I don't really like any of this. I want to get, you know, back down to the field. That's where I belong. It's where I've always been. It's where I'm comfortable. I enjoyed broadcasting. It was fun. You know, it was good to talk about the game and hopefully teach viewers, you know, some intricacies of it. But it wasn't for me. I certainly didn't enjoy dressing up in a suit every day and going to the front office either. That's not a whole lot of fun.
Yeah. Get the drift.
I mean, you know, I enjoyed the inner workings of the front office and all that stuff, and thinking about players and trades and acquisitions and all of those things, but still it wasn't my passion. So transition from that, within that job still as special assistant, going to spring training and working with the infielders. Did that for a couple of years and enjoyed that. And then, you know, AJ Hinch came to me and said, "Listen, we're thinking about making a change here for our infield coach, and was wondering, you know, whether you'd be interested in doing it." And I jumped at the chance. Loved working with the infielders. Loved being a part of that. And AJ was manager at that point. During that year, he was fired, and Kurt Gibson took over at that point, and I stayed at first base for that first year. And then our third base coach left the following year, and I told Gibby, I said, "Hey, if you're thinking about a third base coach, I'd like to give it a try. Here's why I think I would be good at it, and here's why I think it's for me. So he agreed, and that's where I've been the last couple of years.